Well, according to the Washington Post, former FBI Director James Comey was recently questioned by federal prosecutors as part of a probe into whether Andrew McCabe, his former deputy, committed a crime by lying to federal agents. McCabe, as you remember, was fired earlier this year after the Justice Department said he hadn't been forthcoming to investigators about the FBI's probe into Hillary Clinton's email server. Now, if McCabe committed a crime by lying, he could be facing years in prison. Here now to help discuss it and break it down, David Bruno, former prosecutor and currently a trial attorney. John Burnett is back with us as well. All right, David, walk us through this because we know already that action has been taken against McCabe, that by his own agency denied him his pension at least temporarily, and that to me seems to add something to the point that perhaps could this be a crime? Yes,
I do believe so. Listen, in April, the Inspector General Horowitz issued the report, and that was one of the main reasons why he was fired and he wasn't allowed the pension. In that report, he says that McCabe lied 4 times, once to Comey, once to the FBI, and 2 times to the Inspector General's office, 3 of them under oath. So that was a basis of a referral to the Department of Justice, and this is the investigation we're talking about now. Comey has been interviewed. This case is not just about Comey. There are many witnesses here. One of the statements where he lied under oath is actually recorded to the Inspector General's office. He has some serious problems, Charles.
John?
Look, you know, if a person lies one time, you could possibly brush it away in terms of a misunderstanding, perhaps. But 4 times, it's intentional. Right.
Well, what was the intent there? You know, again, it was so overt. What was he trying to achieve?
Well, he was playing politics instead of upholding the law. That's the key.
And I can answer that as well. Initially, there was the Wall Street Journal report that came out in October 23rd about the donations to his wife. 7 days later, there was another report coming out that's saying that McCabe was going to stop the Clinton Foundation investigation. To get out in front of it, he had 2 people reach out to the Wall Street Journal to put out his spin, which was there was a prior conversation where he said, no, we are not stopping this investigation. Now, with all the leak talk, it was a priority for the Attorney General's office. So when Comey comes to him the next day after the Wall Street Journal article, the reason to deny it was because it was a priority for the Attorney General.
John, his wife was running for office in Virginia. She was an extraordinary long shot, and yet she was able to raise a huge chunk of money from a Clinton ally.
Lies, conflicts of interest. Look, the FBI, Justice Department, right, they did their investigation. Inspector General also believes that he lied, right, and betrayed the trust of the public. The next thing to do is charge him. Look, America is watching.
David, how long would the process take then if it runs in the course that it sounds like you believe it's going? What happens next?
Well, the Attorney General's office would decide to charge, right? So for the under oath statements, there could be 3 perjury charges. For the non-under oath statements, it could be false swearing, like Flynn pled to, Papadopoulos pled to. Right. If he's charged, he goes in front of a magistrate. There will be a bail determined, and thereafter there will be a process, arraignment, grand jury, and then if he does not accept responsibility, trial. Federal track is quicker than the state tracks. But that's the process.
Right. How can we charge Flynn and not charge McCabe?
What kind of canvas is open? Because we know that there was so much animosity toward Donald Trump as a candidate that a lot of people involved in the high-ranking positions in the FBI, we know this from emails and other things. Right. They had this serious, I mean, could this blow this open even further? Could he actually become someone who cooperates and maybe help to either, you know, where could this go? I mean, because he could become a pawn in all of this as well.
You're right. Defendants in the federal system, they always have an incentive to cooperate, right? Let's not forget the struck Lisa Page text message that talks about a meeting in Andy's office and an insurance policy. Right. Now, he's denied that. He's denied that this insurance policy existed. But can you imagine if he's charged and he has some valuable information to provide in that investigation?
As they say, the plot thickens. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Pleasure.
You're pretty good. We're going to have you back.
Anytime.
All right. Well, a top Pentagon official is issuing a warning as tensions flare in the Western Pacific. We're talking about man-made Chinese islands that are now militarized. But can we blow them out of the water? We'll be right back.